Hi beauties, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is my best in makeup for 2025. So if you'd like to find out more, then just keep watching. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for joining me for today's video. And if you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Savvy. I'm a 52-year-old beauty enthusiast who loves all things beauty, including hair care, body care, skin care, makeup, and fragrance. I hope that you will enjoy today's video. And if you do, consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. Last year I had two best in beauty videos. I posted one that was all about makeup, and then I posted one that included hair care, skin care, body care, and fragrance. So I'm going to do that again. When thinking about my best in makeup for 2025, I tried to narrow down my list to just the top products that I loved in 2025. I also tried to focus more on products that were new to my collection in 2025, but I do have some existing products on my list. So let's go ahead and dive into today's video. My hair is back to one side is a little bit longer than the other. As my hair grows, this left side always seems to grow a little bit longer than the right. Primer. Let's talk about primer. This primer is actually not on the list, but it's always on the list, and I feel weird not talking about it because I still love this primer. This is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. This is the larger jar. It is almost empty now, and I have been using this in 2025. This is an existing product in my collection. It is good for mostly oily, normal, and combo skin, but dry skin people can use this product. It is one of the best primers on the market. It is a little bit pricey, but you get a lot and it lasts a long time. So I love this primer. I did use it in 2025, but I found myself reaching for primers that I love more this particular year. I've been using retinol and other acne medications, and that tends to make your skin a little drier, and it changes your skin in some ways. So I have been reaching more for hydrating, very, very hydrating primers. So this is still great, but not quite on the list this year. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. The primers that I have been using, this is almost empty. This is the Tula Probiotic Superfood Filter Primer. This one is in Magic Hour. It is like on its last leg. I really need to cut into it to get the rest out because it doesn't pump that easily now that it's at the end. This is a nice kind of radiant primer. It does blur your pores, and it is a really great primer for adding longevity. I have really enjoyed this, and I reach for it all the time to the point where I have almost emptied it. Like, I think we're down to just the last little bit of this. It is very good. Everything that I use from Tula has been wonderful. You can get this at Ulta, so very good primer. Another one that isn't new to my collection, this is the YSL Touche Eclat primer, and I had a little bit left. It was my favorite for a long time. I put it aside and stopped using it, and because I had a little left, I decided to try to empty it. And then I realized how much I loved this primer. In the spring Sephora sale, I repurchased this, so this one is new, and I also emptied a previous one, and it is so good. This is so good. We don't talk about it anymore. It is a very blurring primer. It has that silicone feel, and it just smooths over your skin, and your foundation does the very same thing. It just gives you such a smooth application. It has little gold flecks. So pretty. This has been wonderful to reintroduce to my collection. It is so good. So worth the money. A little expensive, but so worth it. I have two of these, and I'm like trying to figure out the one that's old. This one is almost empty. It's at the point where I'm kind of pouring it out of the bottle, so I already opened this one. It's on a dropper. This is the Natasha Denona High-Gen Primer. I don't hear everyone talking about this primer, but when I tell you this is amazing primer, this is the one that I've reached for the most out of all of the primers that I'm going to talk to you about in 2025. It is a serum primer. It goes on more glowy and hydrating, but it causes my foundation to lock in. My foundation does not budge throughout the day, and the foundation just looks super skin-like. whatever you apply on top of this, it gives you the most beautiful finish. It is so good. I would say my skin is becoming more normal. Used to be more combo, and this works for me. This does not make me oily throughout the day, and I absolutely love it. It oftentimes makes a difference in how my foundation looks compared to other primers. If I use just any old primer, I always want to reach for this. So if I have a foundation that's not working that well for me, I will grab this to see if I can make it a little bit better. So this is so good. I've already purchased a backup. I'm using my backup. It's so good. The primer that I have on today is this Merit Great Skin Priming Moisturizer. This one was sent to me, and I would have thought like it's nothing special. Like it's a priming moisturizer. I wasn't really expecting anything from this. And I have fallen in love with this. I reach for this sometimes now more than the Natasha Denona. It is so perfect for my skin right now. When I use retinol, you want to really hydrate the skin. And this has just been helping so much. My skin does not get oily when I use this. It goes on more like luminous. It looks more radiant. Your skin looks radiant with this. But once you apply foundation as well as your powder, it's just perfect. It just generates a natural finish. So this is definitely worth it for me. It doesn't have the highest ratings on Sephora, but I love this. I have already decided that when it empties, I'm going to repurchase it. I believe when I read about this primer, they talk about a lot of skincare that's infused in this and how good your skin is going to be over time from using this primer. So it is definitely one to check out. Let's talk about foundation. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation in 10 Neutral. This is the old formula. The reason that I'm talking about it is it was new to my collection. I got it during an Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, and it was a part of the 21 Days of Beauty, most likely because they were coming out with a new formula. So they were selling their old formula. So I decided that was a good time for me to get it. And I was really shocked and surprised by this product. I didn't know it was so full coverage. I really only have to use like a half a pump of this to get full coverage. This is a little light for me, and I'm still not quite sure what my shade should have been in this foundation or should be in the new formula. And I'm not sure if I'll end up needing to purchase the new one because it will take me forever to empty this. This has been a wonderful full coverage foundation on days when I want full coverage. And whenever I wear this, people notice that I have on different foundation and will say something about my makeup. They will always comment that my face looks really good with this product on. So I definitely wanted to include it because I get so many compliments whenever I wear this. So even though it's a little bit light for me, I'm able to make it work and people love it on me. This is the Bobbi Brown Weightless Skin Foundation. It does have SPF 15 in it. Neutral Golden is the shade. I love this. This was also something I got during Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. I thought it was the perfect time for me to try this out, and I'm so happy that I added it to my collection. It reminds me a lot of the MAC Studio Fix Fluid. It is long wearing, it really locks in, and it becomes budge proof. It is weightless, and the color seems very similar to the one that I wear in MAC. I think my MAC color is NC46. And this looks a little bit like that to me. I haven't swatched them side by side, but when I apply it to my face, it just gives me that vibe. This is excellent foundation. It is really great for a night out on the town, or if you have a long day, this is a great foundation to reach for. So this has been wonderful. I love this foundation by Bobbi Brown. I have one drugstore foundation. This is the Maybelline Superstay Lumi-Matte Foundation. I have mine in the shade 330. This foundation is where it's at. I actually wore this when I was trying out the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes palette, and I also filmed a video about my top foundations, and I wore this foundation that day. It happened to be the one that I reached for, and it was stunning that day. It was so beautiful. I really think that this foundation mimics high end. I also have a Maybelline Serum foundation, the one that's on the dropper. I would agree that that one also, it's like a skin tint. It also looks like high end. They are my favorite drugstore foundations to reach for. I definitely recommend this if you want to save a few dollars and have on a beautiful foundation. Look no further than this Maybelline Superstay. It is definitely worth trying. It is beautiful. It's Lumi-Matte, so it's like a soft matte. It's like a, to me, that's really like natural. It's absolutely stunning, and I actually filmed a review on this trying it out. So if you want to see it on my complexion, check out that video. Very, very good foundation. The foundation that I'm wearing today is the Givenchy Prisme Libre Glow Serum Foundation. This one is in the shade 5N. It is a little neutral, but I'm able to warm up my face with bronzer in order to get a pretty good match. I have thought about purchasing this in a little bit darker shade the next time that I buy it. But for now, this has been working. This is the creamiest foundation and such a beautiful skin-like foundation. It is my current favorite. I did a video talking about my most beautiful foundations and said that I really couldn't pick a favorite at the time, but this is my favorite right now. This is the foundation that I look forward to wearing the most. If I want to be my most beautiful, this is the one I will reach for. It is so beautiful. I recommend it to everyone. To everyone. I'm like, you gotta try this foundation. It just looks so beautiful on your skin. Your skin just looks so creamy to the touch, like it just looks good. It really blurs and it's just absolutely stunning. I just adore this. It's not the most expensive foundation that I own. It is a little pricier than some others, but I think it's worth it. I absolutely think it was worth it. I think that this is another one that maybe has skin caring ingredients in it and is good for your skin. So I have just really been loving products like that recently. This is amazing. I wasn't sure if I was going to talk about this Natasha Denona foundation because I haven't had it that long, but I absolutely have enjoyed this. This is the HY-GLAM foundation in NY12. This is absolutely stunning. I was wearing it in my December favorites video and it didn't quite do it justice because I had so much light shining in from outside on that day. It was a really bright day. I actually have purchased some blackout curtains for this room since filming that video so that I don't have to compete with the sun. I'm just gonna close the window so that I'm using all artificial lighting whenever I'm filming, and that will help, you know, with the issues of the light. I can get pretty good coverage with this foundation and it just smooths. It gives you such a smooth canvas. It's just like the Givenchy is a serum foundation. This one is just a different color and it is a little more hydrating than the Givenchy. I feel like once I set it down with powder, I get a beautiful natural finish, natural radiant finish. I love this. So I think it's worth trying no matter what your skin type is, even though it is a more luminous, radiant foundation. It is beautiful. It is stunning and has made it on the list. Haven't had it long, but it has made the list. I have a couple of tinted sunscreens that I want to mention. This one is the Daily Tinted Fluid Sunscreen with SPF 40 by Beauty of Joseon. I received 12 bottles of this and was asked to film a reel about the product, and I have since given most of them away, only keeping a couple. This one is MY220 and it's a very good match for me. I do have a reel trying this product on. I reach for this all the time on the weekends when I'm going to the nail salon or going shopping and I don't want really heavy makeup on, I will reach for this, and it is so pretty. It gives me the most beautiful skin. I gave one to my best friend, and she wears it, and she gets compliments whenever she wears it. I get compliments as well. It just gives you really beautiful skin, and it's wonderful that it is a tinted sunscreen, and it is really affordable. I think it only cost about $20. I gave one of these away to a coworker of mine. She liked it so much that she has already purchased another one before emptying the first one. Gives really good coverage for it to be a tinted sunscreen, so I highly recommend it. K-Beauty brands are where it's at. Very, very good. I'm going to mention these together. These are my Merit products. Merit actually sent these to me when they sent me the Great Skin Priming Moisturizer. This is the uniform, and this one is in buff calico, and this is the complexion stick, and it's in calico. This is a very flexible product. It has like a flexible range. They only make a limited number of these, and multiple shade ranges of people can use the product. I really, really love this. With the priming moisturizer, it is outstanding. It surprises me that you get such good coverage out of such a light product. Like, I would consider this to be light coverage, but it covers everything I needed to cover. And if I need a little bit more coverage, I will add the complexion stick. So I first start with this, then I go back in with the complexion stick to build it up a little bit, and my skin looks so pretty. It gives you the most beautiful skin. This brand has a minimalistic aesthetic, so if you don't like really heavy makeup products, I definitely recommend this. This complexion stick is like a multitasker that can be used as concealer as well. So I definitely recommend that you pick up either one of these products, but together they are amazing. And when you add the primer, it's chef's kiss. So I have absolutely loved these. Love, love, love these. Would purchase them myself. One of my favorite concealers for 2025 was a concealer that started out as more of a disappointment. I grew to love this concealer so much that I am going to pay the high price tag to buy it again. This is the Westman Atelier Vital Skincare Concealer in T1. It is like a really tiny, tiny concealer package. It is like think maybe glass, very high quality. It has a little window on it here where you can see the color of the concealer. I love this. I learned that you don't need but a small amount of this concealer in order to get full coverage. When I first started using it, I was putting too much on, and I don't even think I put a lot of concealer on. It may look like it to you guys, but honestly, it's like shoop, shoop, couple of little swipes, and I was applying too much. That was like too much. You just need like a dot, like a little bit. This really doesn't need a lot in order to get full coverage, and it doesn't settle in fine lines. When you apply too much, it will. So the key with this is less is more. This one is wonderful. It's more of a golden hue, like the color. Like if you're using me as a shade match and you're a person that doesn't want your concealer to be too bright, then this is perfect. Like this one is like 1 to 2 shades lighter than my foundation, so it's like the perfect shade, and it's very similar to the one that I'm going to mention to you next. The next concealer that I want to mention is the Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer in NY11. So it is 1 shade lighter than the foundation color that I wear. And these are very, very similar as far as the shade. This is more of a yellow shade. I don't want to get into swatching all of these or we will be sitting here all day, but I've been talking about these for a while on my channel. This one looks like it's getting close to empty. I'm just really loving these skincare infused products. They are just wonderful. They're just so creamy under the eye and just give you beautiful under eyes. So these are magnificent. I'm still holding the Westman Atelier. It's like I don't want to let it go. But these are both wonderful and probably my most used. Another concealer is this Haus Labs. It is a little more neutral. This one is 31N. It's a little bit lighter. So if I want a little bit brighter under eye, I'm going to grab this one over the two I just mentioned. When I got this, it was, I think, after both of those, and I could not put this down. It looks so beautiful under the eye. Like your under eyes look super smooth and snatched. I love this concealer. It is definitely one that I would recommend that you guys give a try. It's just as good as the foundation. Their foundation is fantastic, and this concealer is also wonderful. Very creamy. All of the concealers that I'm telling you guys about, it just comes down to your personal preference because they all kind of land somewhere in the same family. Like their coverage is similar, they don't crease or settle in your fine lines. It just comes down to the shade match and things like that. But you could pick any of the ones I'm going to share with you today and get a similar result. They're very, very similar. This one is excellent. Love this. So when I want a little bit brighter under eye, I will reach for this. Great. Another one that has been a favorite, and I have like put it aside and I reach for the ones that I just talked to you about, but recently I have been grabbing it again, and it is like so good. This one is the Givenchy Prisme Libre concealer, and it is a skin caring concealer, and it is wonderful. It's the shade of this is similar to the Haus Labs, and I used to say that the coverage wasn't quite as good as the others. It's a little thinner formula, but lately when I have been reaching for this, I have been really happy with the coverage and have felt really good about it. It is just like the smoothest product under the eye, and I love this. Will repurchase this for sure. Like I'm loving all of these skin caring concealers. Would rebuy this in a skinny minute. It is so good. So definitely love that one by Givenchy. The final concealer that I want to mention is probably an OD to everybody else except me. I bought this concealer when I bought the Sarah Krill, and I am loving this one more than that. This is the concealer that I'm wearing today in the shade Flax. I hate so much that I waited so long to try this. I don't know. I had a lot of concealer, so I just hadn't picked this up yet. During the fall sale, I was standing near the kiosk and said, pick this up. This is absolutely so beautiful. I have dark under eyes and deeper insets here. I love concealer that easily conceals those divots is what I call them, but the hollows, and it's a little smoother. It's not always easy to minimize the look of the hollows in your under eyes, but some concealers get it right, and this is one of those concealers. It is so good, and I'm so happy that I now have it, and I actually really love this shade. I am brighter in the center of my face, but not too bright, so this is wonderful for me. So those are my foundations and concealers that I want to mention. I have a brush that I want to mention that I used today to apply my foundation and my concealer. I actually filmed a quick little reel before I sat down to apply the rest of my makeup. I filmed it today, and I'm not sure if it's going to get posted. I always have to wait to watch my reels back to see if they're worth posting. Hopefully it will make the cut. I wanted to talk about how good the brush is for concealer, but it's actually really good for both foundation and concealer. I was so shocked by how good it was for my concealer that I really focused in on that. I'm talking about the Mario F4 dual-ended foundation and face brush. When I purchased this brush recently during the fall sale, I purchased it for the purpose of applying my cream contour, bronzers, and blush. I had no intention of using this for foundation and concealer, but then I saw in the name that it is foundation brush, and I was like, well, I want to try it for what it was meant to be used for, just to see. I finally tried this brush for foundation and concealer, and it rocked my world, and I'm really surprised. It's an Allure favorite. I was so surprised by how easy my foundation applied as well as my concealer and how it felt. It's not overly dense, and I don't know if that's what makes the difference. It's got a little flex and movement. This one is dirty because I used it today, but when I applied it, it just isn't too stiff, which I was very pleased with. And it's shaped like this one. This is the BK Beauty 101, and it's similar. It's like an angled brush, but I think I like this better. I think I like this better. One thing about this brush is it's large, so you can apply foundation really quickly. But one thing that I also don't love about it is the angle, because the angle, sometimes it goes further into my concealer areas when I'm applying foundation than I want it to, and I'm constantly trying to drag it back down. But I still love this brush. Like, it is a good brush, but I do have to be careful not to let the foundation drift up into my concealer area, where this was a little easier to control because it's a little bit smaller. So it's like the perfect foundation size. It's not too small and not too large. It's absolutely perfect, but it's the kind of flexibility, the movement of it, that I thought was wonderful. It just gave me like the best airbrushed finish. But this right here for concealer, like, I don't know if it was intended for concealer, but I thought if I'm gonna use this for foundation, I'm gonna use this for concealer. This is outstanding for concealer. I used this today, and the first time I used it with the Hourglass. When I first used this brush to apply concealer, it was not my first time using the Hourglass concealer. So I applied the Hourglass concealer and I used this brush, and I kid you not, I felt like I was 30 again. It smoothed the concealer so beautifully and did not get in my fine lines. I don't see any creasing. The fine lines are very minimal, and I know it's this brush. And it was just nice having the dual ended. Like, I was surprised that I liked that, because I could kind of flip back and forth. I could apply this and then sort of blend it in with the foundation and make it look more seamless, all with one tool. So I highly recommend this. I'm going to talk about this powder first really quickly while I touch up a little right here in the center of my face. This is my Pat McGrath Labs Sublime Skin Finish. It's got a long name. I can't even remember it anymore. It's got a tiny little mirror here, and mine has hit pan, and I'm just trying to stretch this until the spring sale. I want to actually empty it because I have a tendency to buy backups and then have them for months before I actually get to open them. So this time I wanted to empty it before I buy a new one. So this is the medium shade, and I absolutely adore this for under the eyes, and it helps to give you a very smooth and beautiful under eye. The powder has a little bit of luminosity, but not too much. It just gives you the most beautiful under eye area. I kind of use it in my T-zone, but it is great for under the eyes, so definitely love that. Not gonna spend a lot of time on powder because I don't have any new powders. I have some new powders, but they have not made the list. The powders that I continue to use are the Laura Mercier. I used the Laura Mercier today. Still love Laura Mercier. Nothing has changed about it. It's tried and true and consistent. The Huda Beauty in Banana Bread. Still love this one, and this is the new packaging. Don't love this package as much because the cap isn't really open, so when you dump it out on the cap, I like the old cap. I like caps that hold the product, but regardless, still love this powder. And the Makeup by Mario powder has probably been one of my most used this year. Like, I've used more than half of this. It's getting closer to empty than full. And this one is the peach shade. This one is probably like the powder that I would recommend to people who don't love powder. This one, as well as the Givenchy. I don't have the Givenchy. I want to empty some of my powders before I repurchase that powder, but it is my favorite powder. But I know that once I get that powder, I will empty it, and I will just stop using others. Like, every time I buy that powder, I just dedicate so much time to using that powder. I will try the occasional new powder. I did buy a new powder this year, but I'm not a person that is constantly buying powders. I kind of stick to some of the same powders. These are the ones that I have been using a lot this year. I don't have anything new for brows. I use the Benefit Precisely My Brow in 4.5, and I also use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in dark brown. Those are the main products I use to carve out my brows. Today I used the Anastasia. That's the one that I used, and I tend to just buy brow products based on what is on sale during Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. They do have lots of new brow products. They have those little pens and things like that that I have not ventured into because they're not on sale. When it comes to brow products, those two work beautifully and I can get them half off. So that's what I use to sculpt my brows. So let's talk about eyeshadow palettes. The first eyeshadow palette that I want to talk about is the one that I got the most recently, and this one is by Denona. It is limited edition, so I'm not sure if it's still available. I did film a quick little try-on haul using this, and I was just kind of learning how to use the products. I also have this on in my December favorites, and I used these right here. These shadows are magnificent, and even though they are very bold, I have been able to get some pretty everyday looks out of these eyeshadows. I would say if you are going to use these for every day, just go in a little bit lightly on your brush or using your finger to apply the shimmers and you should be okay. I've been surprised by how much I have been able to get some use out of this because of the vibrant colors, and it's just stunning. And like this eyeshadow here, like, I mean, you barely had to touch this to get a swatch. Like, this is definitely one that you can kind of put on your eye every day and get beautiful looks. I used this, I think, recently one day when I was wearing purple, and it was so pretty. It's like a duochrome and it's got like purple and green. Oh, I can just create such beautiful looks. Like this one is really pretty. It's like a green, and it's definitely everyday. It's a green, but it can go on sort of like a deep gray, like a taupey color. So pretty. And her eyeshadows, the texture is so creamy. I mentioned before that it feels like a cream to powder type of formula. It's so buttery as far as how it feels. I love the way these shimmers feel. I've mentioned this many times when I've talked about this palette. This palette has 3 sections that are individual sections that come out, and this top here, this little gold piece, comes off, and you can use it to travel and just take the part of the palette that you like. This is wonderful, and I'm happy that I picked this up. This is the Born This Way, the Natural Nudes by Too Faced. I love this palette, and it surprises me because it's Too Faced, and I don't know that we talk about them all that much anymore. I think I got this 21 Days of Beauty. It is the best neutral palette. I keep it here at my home. You know, I live in 2 places. I keep it here at my permanent residence, and I reach for it all the time. I keep it on the top of my vanity all the time. It is perfect for everyday makeup looks. Absolutely perfect. You don't even need a black. Like, because I use it for every day, I don't even miss having like a black in this palette because this deep chocolate is so gorgeous. It is so dark and perfect. And the shimmers are absolutely stunning. I used this palette when I filmed a review on the It Cosmetics foundation, and my eyeshadow look was so beautiful. And I use it all the time. It's just got everything you need. It's absolutely worth trying. I love this palette. Love it, love it, mo love it, love it, love it. Another palette that is limited edition that I got this year is this Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes palette, and this one is in Nature. I have really enjoyed this. I wore this palette when I talked about my Sephora recommendations and what was in my cart. I had this palette on. I feel like I've worn it in other videos as well. I filmed a review on it and I love it. I have only had it like maybe the second part of the year, And then I got the Denona palette, so I started using that one a lot so that I could really tell you guys whether I liked it. So there is still room to play with this. It's one of those palettes that even though you dip into a lot of the shadows, it looks like you're not. Like, I have used a lot of these shadows. The ones that look used are the shimmers, but the mattes look like you haven't even touched it. but I have. This palette is very different. Like the Denona is very creamy, has more creamy feel. And this one has a little lighter feel. The ethereal eyes, like a lot of these are more like toppers. And when you apply them to the eye, they just pop and you see all these sparkles on your eye. So it just gives you a very angelic look, in my opinion. But the eyeshadows, the mattes, are very soft. They're not buttery, they're soft, but they really blend well together. Like, you can really get a very blended look using this palette. It's really good for everyday looks. I have gotten quite a bit of use out of it. I really enjoy this. So I think this is a home run as far as the ethereal eyes. It has had mixed reviews, but if you don't have one of the ethereal eyes, then this is definitely one that would be nice to check out. I really like it. The eyeshadow palette that I'm wearing today is probably no surprise to you guys. After the spring Sephora sale, I probably talked about this palette nonstop for like 6 months. I don't know, maybe even longer. And I just really enjoyed it. This is the Natasha Denona Bloom palette. One of the reasons I don't take the little plastic off the mirror is so that I'm not blinding you guys in these videos. Hopefully you know this. This palette is very different. It's not a neutrals palette. It's definitely more colorful, but in that peachy, coral, pinky type of family. However, you could get a non-peachy pink look. Like if you just dipped into this chocolate and the gold here or this, you wouldn't even know that you were using the Bloom palette. But for the most part, if you get this palette, you kind of have to like those reds and pinks and peach sort of colors. I don't know. I think it's because my skin is brown. I think it's because of my brown skin. I just really was able to get a lot of use out of this all year long. It just looked good on me all the time. I was able to get my version of kind of everyday looks with this palette. It's just amazing to me. So this again is what I have on my eyes, and I used, like, most of the time when you guys see me wearing this palette, I have this on my eyes somewhere because it is absolutely stunning. So that's sort of in the inner corner. I have on a little bit of this and a little bit of this, the two reddish pinky colors. I stayed away from the brown this time. I used the brick shade and then this burgundy shade, like the deepness in the bottom corner, like on the corner and the bottom corner are the brick and that little kind of purpley wine burgundy shade, but I didn't put any brown on my eyes. So I have thoroughly enjoyed this palette, love it so much, and every Natasha Denona palette that I get, I love. She's gotten better and better and better over the years, and they are really good now. I wanted to mention a few individual eyeshadows that I have. I have the Victoria Beckham. I don't have it with me. I forgot it. It is in the shade Mink, and I actually filmed a little short. I have a short on that if you want to see what it looks like, but it's like this mink color, like a taupey color, and it's a lid luster, so it's a sparkly shimmer shade. You can use a brush, use your finger, but it's the type of shadow that is like a one and done. You can blend it all over your lid and then just blend out the edges, and that's all you have to do. And I will reach for that, especially when I don't have a lot of time for an eyeshadow look. I will reach for that Victoria Beckham eyeshadow little pot. She has lots of shades. That just happened to be the one that I chose because someone else loved that shade and I love it too. So I definitely recommend that if you like more of a smoky eye. It is beautiful. It's really, really pretty. I also wanted to mention, I purchased this $23 eyeshadow. It's an individual shadow. I got it during 21 Days of Beauty, half off. So it's $23 shadow that I got half off, okay? I saved a little bit by buying it during 21 Days of Beauty, but I picked the shade Ember. You could have purchased anything, but I picked Ember and maybe a gold shade. And again, it is another one and done type of shade. It's a beautiful earthy color. It's like a deep copper, and it's really pretty in the fall. I actually had it on during, I think, my October or November favorites. I'll try to show you guys that video footage, and it's really, really pretty. You don't have to wear anything with it. You can just blend out the edges and go. So my two kind of one and done shadows is the Victoria Beckham as well as that one. I use those a lot. Recently, I also added these Merit Solo Shadows. They were actually sent to me by Merit, and I also will wear these. And I mentioned to you guys, let me swatch them for you. Let me see if I can get these right. This is Glacé, this is Sartorial, and this is Iris. And I think I talked about it in a video and said I really was leaning into Iris. Then I started reaching for Sartorial, which is like a more golden, like a bronzy color. And I actually really like this. If I apply like my concealer to my lid really well to kind of cancel out the darkness on my lid first and then apply this, it's actually really, really pretty. But these are very, very good for mature eyelids. They're very creamy when they go on. I put it all over the lid, and then I will take like a deep brown or a black and sort of contour out the outside, the outer part of my eye, and then that's it. So I don't go over top of these with a powder. And you might not be able to see it, like I can't do justice to how these look, but they're actually really pretty on the lid for a cream shadow, and these are all like shimmer shades. So I've really been impressed with these and have enjoyed them by Merit. I kind of swatch these for you, and then I don't really show you the packaging, so let me just show you one of them so you can kind of see what they look like here. I put my finger in there to swatch it, but I actually prefer to go into these little pots with a brush. These are really good for a minimalistic person who just doesn't wear a lot of makeup. These are really great. Bronzers that I have been using this year, the Bobbi Brown bronzer in Golden Natural. I have fallen in love with this bronzer. I got it 21 Days of Beauty. I love it. I wanted to pick it up because I loved the previous formula of Bobbi Brown bronzers, and I wanted to try the new formula, and I absolutely love this. This is like a perfect shade for me, and I love this bronzer. I also purchased this Armani bronzer. This is the Luminous Silk bronzer. I have mine in 120, and I got this during the fall sale, and I really am enjoying this as well. I have this bronzer on today, but I have it on with something else. It can be a bronzer for you, but it can serve as like a contour as well. Like I like to sort of chisel out the edges here with this bronzer, and then I'm going to tell you guys really quickly what else I put on, but this is beautiful. I can definitely use it all by itself, but I wanted to use the other palette that I'm going to show you. I wanted to use that today as well. So I have like a lot of stuff on my face today. I have a lot of stuff on my face. So I applied a little bit of this, and then I used something else. So it's a more luminous bronzer. It's not as matte as this Bobbi Brown, but it is beautiful. And it works for my skin tone and deeper. If you want to check this one out, it's really, really pretty. I love the size of the pan, and it is a great bronzer. The other bronzer that I have on is in the Fox palette. So I'm going to mention this Fox palette. You guys heard me talk forever about the Snake palette. This is the current Hourglass ambient lighting palette. I have a cream bronzer on too, so I'm going to show you that too. I have talked so much about this Snake palette. This was my old one. This is the second Hourglass palette that I purchased. I have another one that is a little bit lighter, and then they started making them darker. So I bought the Snake palette, and I have like put such a dent in this palette. I love it. It's absolutely stunning. And I skipped last year's palette, And then this year, because I really used this snake palette, I decided to pick up the Fox. And I wasn't sure if I was going to like it as much as I like the snake palette, but I am loving this palette. Like, I'm really loving it. And this is the bronzer that I also have on today. So I have on a cream bronzer, I have on the Armani bronzer, and then I have on this. So I'll tell you about the cream bronzer in a moment, but I swooped all of these blushes on as well, and I have that on, but I also have on 2 other blushes. I just kept going. And I have on the ambient lighting powder. I didn't use the highlighter today because I want to talk about another highlighter, but this ambient lighting powder, I probably should have talked about it when I talked about powder. This is where it's at. I highly recommend, if you like more radiant, luminous makeup, that you check out these ambient lighting palettes. It's like a Edit Unlocked, I think is what it's called. Ambient Edit Unlocked palette. It's limited edition. They still have them right now. When I apply the ambient powder, it just does something to my overall complexion, and it makes my foundation absolutely gorgeous and stunning. But back to the bronzer. The bronzer is a little more rich than the Armani one, and I wanted a little bit more of that type of look, so I put a little bit of this on as well. The cream bronzing stick that I think I probably talked about last year, that I'll mention again, that I reach for the most, is this one by Too Faced. This one is like chocolate caramel, I believe, and it smells like chocolate, and it's a little warmer. So I applied this first, and it kind of warms up the skin, and then I applied the powders. So this is absolutely beautiful. This is so creamy that I just always enjoy using this, and I love the color. And it comes in so many shades. So definitely, if you like creams and you're more of a cream bronzer person, I would say to check out these by Too Faced, because they come in so many shades. You will definitely find one that you like. Since I'm talking about creams, the other kind of cream stick that I use, and I think this is more of a contour stick, is this one by Westman Atelier, and this is a mini. And I'll at least swatch this for you guys so you can see. This is definitely more of a neutral contour color. And the main way that I like to use this is to contour my nose. But I didn't do that today, because while I use it a lot to contour my nose, I actually still love this powder by Kevyn Aucoin. And I think you may still be able to get that powder, but it is such a good nose contour powder. I just love it. So I used that today instead of this, even though I was going to talk about it. It was on my list, but I didn't use it today. But I do reach for it a lot to contour my nose, but it is a great contour as well. So let's talk a little bit about highlighter. Let me first mention, I'll bring out the snake palette, because you know the Fox palette is out here now. But the one that I probably used the most this year, of the two, of course, was this one. I just purchased the Fox palette, so haven't had that very long, but I have really put a dent in the highlighter in the snake palette. I really reach into that palette a lot for my highlighter. But in addition to that, the highlighter that I want to mention is this Natasha Denona. And it is not really a highlighter, but I use it as highlighter. This is the Natasha Denona Hygiene Skincare Infused Glow Beautifier. I want to mention it. I really love this product. It is similar to the ambient lighting powder in a way. Like, you can swoop a large brush and kind of swoop this all over and give yourself this beautiful glow. But you can also intensify it in one place and use it as a highlighter. And it's more of like a gold highlighter. I think it's beautiful. The compact is pretty. And this is like maybe the medium shade. If you ever see Natasha Denona do like her makeup looks on herself, she will use this product. And I don't think it gets enough praise. I reach for this a lot as my highlighter. I reach for the Anastasia Beverly Hills a lot as well, but I think I talked about it last year. I might have talked about that last year too, so I just didn't bring it with me today. The highlighters that I have on today, I have on the Hendash highlighters, and this one is Peak Heat, and probably my favorite of the two. And I'm going to swatch that really quickly for you guys here. It's kind of a bronzy color. The other one that I have is Doll Dynasty, and it's more of a champagne. And I felt like with the eyeshadow look that the Doll Dynasty would look the best, but I still wanted to put on Peak Heat. So I applied this first, then I topped it with this. So that's what I have on today. It is such a smooth and beautiful highlighter. It's not too much. It is just right, and it just gives you the most gorgeous highlight. And you can get these on Beautylish. The product itself is really pretty. Like, I just think it's beautiful how it was made. The Doll Dynasty is really gorgeous. Like, it's sort of an ombre effect. It sort of gets more pink on this side. But these are absolutely beautiful highlighters. I reached for these all the time. Like, these products that I've mentioned are the ones that I wanted to wear constantly. Okay, blushes, guys. I have on a plethora of blushes today. So let me first just talk about that. I used the Fox palette, and I used all three. I actually had this on in my November favorites, and it gives you a beautiful earthy look when you use all of the shades together. So I put that on today, but I wanted to wear as many blushes as possible. I applied this, actually Born in Roma is this one, and it's the #1 shade from Valentino. I don't use this particular one as much as the one I'm going to show you, but I wanted a more pink cheek. I like how pink and red complement one another sometimes, and so I wanted a little bit of pink in my cheek color. So I concentrated a lot of that in the front here. Before I share the other shade that's on my cheek, let me mention this one. I think I talked about it last year. This is the Valentino Roman Sky, and I believe I talked about it last year because I think that's when I got this. It's kind of a peachy coral, and it looks like it's light, but it actually looks really beautiful on my skin. And it comes with a brush, so does the other one. And I have used the brush, and I used it for eye because this is a cheek to eye palette, and this looks really pretty on the eye. This can give you a one and done type of eyeshadow look. This is probably like my favorite blush right now. I've been reaching for some of these others a lot, but this is just a perfect everyday color for me, and I love this blush by Valentino. But lately, I've also been loving the Nude Lavalier shade by YSL. I keep going to Sephora trying to see if I can identify another shade that I might want to buy, and I have not purchased another shade yet because I have not fallen for another shade. I really wanted this one, but I haven't seen another one that I want. We're going to just stick with this one right now, but I topped everything with this shade. This is beautiful. It's like a mauvey kind of pink, and it has a shimmer. It is stunning. It is stunning. I also wore this in my Sephora haul that I did. I had this on as well on top of a couple of liquids that I'm getting ready to tell you about. So this is stunning. The packaging is beautiful, and the formula is fantastic. I bought a couple of those during the spring sale, and I have not been able to put them down. The other two that I fell in love with, and I have these on as well, are these Armani blushes. This is 53 and this is 62. I just like to mix them together. At first, I think I was applying this darker one and then the light on top, but if you just apply them together, you just get this perfect pink cheek. These are the originals. They do come in like a shimmer, so it's a little dewier, but these are original and they're plenty dewy enough for me the way that they are. But they are just the perfect way to accent your cheeks. You can use these by themselves, but they are great underneath a powder. It just makes your powder blush look stunning and last so much longer. It just brings out any powder blush when you apply these. Again, just like with the other blush, I haven't seen other shades that I want to buy this in, so I'm just sticking with these two, but they are wonderful for getting a pink cheek. I've even used these and topped it with the Roman Sky. So you can take the pink and top it with the peachier color and still get a beautiful cheek color. It's just no rules here. But these are stunning and worth the hype. This is another cream blush stick that I like to use. This one is Petal by Westman Atelier. It is a pink. You would look at this and think, oh, that's going to be really light on the cheek, but it is not. I like to use this and top it with Roman Sky, and it's beautiful. That was the cheek color I had on during the It Cosmetics foundation review that I did, and I absolutely love that cheek color. I even used it on my best friend who has deeper skin than me. I used it on her and then topped it with the powder on her wedding. I think those were the two that I used. I used this, and then I used the Roman Sky as her wedding cheek color, and it was really, really beautiful. It's just perfect together. And this is by Westman Atelier. It's just the perfect cream cheek color. It's just a pretty pink color, and I love this. The lip liner that I have on today, let me start over. So we're going to start over and freshen up the lip. This lip liner is Makeup Forever in Limitless Brown. You know, I used to talk all the time about my Victoria Beckham number 5, and I still love that one. I just don't reach for it ever since getting this, and I still love that one. It's still beautiful, but I don't know why I love this one so much, but I do. And I just love this deeper color lately. And the lip color I've been using is this YSL Flashing Rosé, I think is what it is. I sometimes say Flashing Rose, but I think it's Rosé. And this is the creamiest lipstick. It's like the shiny lip. It is so creamy. And I have not been topping it with a gloss because I learned when I first got this that if you top it with a gloss, it kind of breaks down the lipstick. It doesn't really need to be topped because it's shiny enough by itself. That's the lip combo that I've been wearing. But this lip liner here, I've just enjoyed it. So if you like a little bit deeper lip liner and you want it to look a little more contoured and sculpted, then this is one to get. I also would recommend these by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I have 3 here. I have like a blackberry color. I have Malt, which is very similar to Limitless Brown. And then I have Cool Brown. And it's a little bit more of a neutral brown. And these are also very good lip liners. But I have really been using this one. And I'm hoping it makes it to the spring sale. You see how small it's getting? It started out very long. And I'm hoping it will make it until I can buy it again on sale. Another lip liner that I use a lot that isn't as dark at all is this one by Mario, and this one is Travis, and it is a little more neutral and lighter. It's lighter and it's like a neutral brown, and it is very good if you want to use something that's not going to really alter the color of your lip product. This one is the one that I will reach for that, and it looks like this. I'll at least swatch this one. So it is darker, but it is not too deep of a color, and it has like a little lip brush on the other end that I really don't need, but I have used it, but I don't need it. I like that. So it's a really good lip liner. I would like to try some other shades by Mario. So those are the lip liners that I have been using. I have so many lip products that I want to share, between lip oils, lip gloss, lip balms, and lipsticks, that I want to go through them in rapid fire because it's just too much, okay? These are the Lawless Forget the Filler lip glosses, and they have a little bit of plumping in them. I have them in Strawberry Milkshake and Strawberry Shortcake, and these have been excellent. If I want to add a little bit lighter pink to my look, I love those, and they plump and they smell like Strawberry Shortcake and Strawberry Milkshake. So good. I also have really been loving this Bobbi Brown lip oil in Bare Rose. It has been wonderful, like it's an everyday lip. I like this cherry color from Fenty, but I don't think you can get it. It was a part of a limited edition kit. It came with a chocolate brown lip liner that's also good. And when I wore the two together, I got so many compliments. This is a gloss bomb. Love the gloss bomb. Wanted to mention that. I already mentioned the YSL lip product. I carry that in my purse. I have like a little bag here that I carry in my purse, and I'm reaching into my bag to pull the ones that I have been using a lot this year. One of my favorite lip balmy type of products, this is I think a serum, a lip serum, and it is the Sugar Glaze is the one that I like, and it smells like a donut. And it has like a little circle like a donut, and it is so good. And it goes on more like a tan, a nudie tan color, but I have almost emptied this. I mean, I haven't, it's like half full, but I reach for it all the time. I love it. By Laneige, love that. Here are a couple of Summer Fridays. I have so many of these Summer Fridays lip balms. This one was new. I got this one in a gift set that's going on right now. It comes with a Summer Fridays jet lag mask. This one's birthday cake, but I have sweet mint, and I just have a lot of these. But I love these by Summer Fridays. A wonderful lip balm to just carry in your purse. A couple of Ulla Henriksons that are in my purse, but I also have a strawberry sorbet, a regular strawberry sorbet that I have almost empty that I have at work, and I just keep it there. This one is the strawberry sorbet glimmer. I actually shared this with some people, like you squeeze it out and they kind of took their finger and took what was on the top. They loved it and thought it was just the best feeling ever. This is just really good, the strawberry glimmer. This one is creme brulee. Oh gosh. And I love how this one smells. Like I love this one and that sugar glaze. I love how these smell. They're so creamy. So these are great lip treatments, especially for the winter. Love those. These two are from Paula's Choice, and I have received these. I received them in a set like this, and this particular one I received by itself. And it's kind of getting on empty. I keep this by my bed here, and I keep the other one by my bed in my other home where I work. And then this one is more of a kind of berry color, but these are wonderful. These are the Paula's Choice Pro Collagen Peptide Gloss Balm, and they have them in a gift set right now at Sephora if you are watching this in real time. So very, very good by Paula's Choice. I had a limited edition product, was sort of limited, Shanghai Spice by MAC Cosmetics that they brought back. It used to be permanent. They brought it back for a little while. Now it's gone again. I really use that every day, almost every day. I will reach for that. And when I'm not reaching for that, because you can't get it anymore, I didn't bring it. When I'm not reaching for that, I am wearing these little Hourglass shiny lips. One is in Haze and one is maybe Crave. I'll link them down below, but they came in a set, but they look similar to this that I'm wearing right now on my lips. One color looks a lot like this, but they shine and they're beautiful, and so I love reaching for them on a daily basis. Lately, I have been wearing my previous formula YSL lipsticks, and I actually repurchased them in the newer formula. I purchased similar shades, so you can check out that reel that I have here on my channel where I'm trying them out. These are all nudes. One is more coral than the other. I don't think that I saw a lip shade that looked like that, but the other two are very similar. So I purchased some more in the new formula, but I actually think I like the old formula. I actually think I like the old formula better, but I've been wearing these YSL lipsticks to the point where I decided to buy them when they were on sale during the holidays. They were on sale, and I purchased them again so that I would have the newer formula to talk to you guys about. But I've really been reaching for these lipsticks a lot. This is another lip product that I only have one of, but I definitely want to show you guys because this is the one that is drugstore. This is the Slim Stick, and it's by Essence. And this shade is Sweet Copper 201. I had it on, I think, in the video where I talked about my most beautiful foundations. I think someone even asked me what I was wearing. It's definitely more of a fall color. It looks like an orange red, but when you put it on with a lip liner, it's just beautiful. And I didn't wear lip gloss. Can you believe it? I just put this on without a gloss, and it is very comfortable. It is a matte lipstick. I really like this and really need to buy it in other shades. It's very affordable and it is very good. It might have been in a lower favorite. It is a really good matte lipstick from the drugstore and beautiful on me. I have it in my purse and I do wear it from time to time, so I definitely wanted to shout them out since they are my one lonely drugstore lipstick. Those are my lips. Mascara. The mascara that I want to talk about is this one from Jones Road. This was sent to me and it is at the end. I'm gonna have to discard it soon, but we're gonna try to get the last little bit out. The wand is shaped like this. Okay, it is a curved wand. I keep talking about this. I hate that it's not something you can buy in store. You have to buy it from the brand. I've been sent a few products from the brand that I've tried out, but the one that I definitely have fallen for and use a lot is this mascara. It is very good and one that I want to have again. I either want them to send it to me again or I want to buy it because it is really good. I have itty bitty lashes and this extends my lashes and adds volume, and it really surprised me because Jones Road is a more minimalistic brand, or people with mature skin tend to use this brand, and so I wasn't expecting a lot from the mascara, but it is excellent. It is very, very good, and I highly, highly recommend this mascara no matter what your age is. This is very good mascara. It's the only one I want to talk about this year, if that tells you anything, and I've been using all of my same favorites, and this is the one that has stood out to me of all of my mascaras. I want to talk a little bit about setting sprays. This is nothing new, but this one is one that is on empty, so I'm going to use the last little bit and toss it in empties. But this is the Professional Super Setter, and I would say this is like my #1 setting spray right now. It is very comfortable. It gives you a very poreless finish and very good longevity. So I love this one. Have not been without it since I added it to my collection. I really, really love that setting spray. I also want to mention this one. I just started using this one here. This is the MAC Fix Plus, and they have it in a new bottle, and the spray nozzle is a good one. I was concerned because some of the other products that I buy that come in the MAC bottle like this spit on your face. So I was concerned that it wasn't going to be good, but this is actually good. And I'm putting a little dent in this, and I want to tell you why. So I really wanted to talk about it today in this video. I purchased this Prada foundation in DN70, and it's a little bit neutral. I wore it in my try-on haul and it was beautiful. I really liked it in that video, but I have been trying to love this, and I've been wearing it with different primers and just trying to fall in love with this product, and I finally found a good combo that has made me kind of fall for this. It's really surprising me. I'm using it with a matte sunscreen primer by Supergoop. I just used that product because I wanted to use the sunscreen. Then I topped it with the Jane Iredale primer because it's a little more hydrating. I didn't want it to be too matte. So I don't know if the primers are getting it in or making it so great. It's probably helping, but what I really think has been helping me with this is sort of in between while I'm applying my makeup. I have been applying this Fix Plus in between. Once I get to that powder stage, I really drench my face with this before my final set. I'll still set with another setting spray to make sure it's good and set, but this has been used to kind of take down the look of the powder and take down that matte look. It's been stunning. It's been beautiful. I really wanted to shout them out because not only is it great to prep the skin, it's good to take down the look of powder, it's good to hydrate, and it's good to set. So this is a really great product by MAC. Tried and true, we all use it, but I wanted to shout them out in this video. This keeps being the final product in several videos, but like the final product that I want to mention is this Iconic London Prep Set and Glow Spray. It's one of the setting sprays that I have on as well. I set the sides of my face with this, and then I set the center with the Professional, and that's how I have been using it. And I just really love it. It actually sets the face. Even though this is a more luminous setting spray, it does give you a good hold. You do not have to use a different setting spray in the center. I actually watched the video back where I tried this for the first time. I did it all over and it didn't look bad at all. But just to be certain that I'm not too glowy in the center, I have just been using it on the sides of my face and then setting down the center with something else, and it's beautiful. It gives you the most, like, look at it. Look at my highlighter, okay? Like, it gives you the most dewy, beautiful, radiant finish, and it's wonderful. And I got it half off during 21 Days of Beauty. I have said that so much in today's video for you guys, so I definitely advise you to be on top of it when it comes to 21 Days of Beauty. So that's it. I hope that you have enjoyed today's video. Be sure to check out my next Best in Beauty video where I will talk about skincare, hair care, body care, and fragrance. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below and I will respond. And if you've not already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button before you leave. So I'll be seeing you guys again very soon in my next video. So until the next time we meet again, this is Savvy signing out.